Hello and welcome to a new edition of True Audiophiles. Before I get into the topic at hand, I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who are subscribing to my channel already, and if you aren't, I would appreciate you subscribing. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to know when my new videos come out, hit that alert bell. Also, I'm available on social media. I'm mainly on Facebook in my True Audiophiles Facebook group. It's a group that I encourage people to post whatever they want on there regarding records or audio in general. And I do post on there every now and then as well. But I am also on Twitter and I am also on Instagram. So you can check me out there. The links to those are all in the description of this video. So now that I've got that stuff out of the way, I wanted to kind of have a little bit of fun today. This is all meant to be fun. It's not meant to be anything against audiophiles in general. I consider myself an audiophile, and I am certainly guilty of some of the things that I'm going to discuss here on this video. But again, this is all in good, clean fun. It's not meant to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. It's only basically just to kind of poke a little fun at people, including myself. So I certainly can accuse myself of some of these things in here as well, and that's somewhat kind of where I got the information from and how I came up with some of this list. I also encourage all of you to add some more onto this list in the description, or not the description, in the comments below. I'm also going to share it on my True Audiophiles group, and I'd really appreciate maybe if you visit there and maybe even add some of these things onto this topic as well. So the topic at hand is you might be an audiophile if you fall into one of these, or if you do some of these things I'm about to talk about. So first one that I am definitely guilty of, and I certainly can't deny that, is you have 5 or more versions of a record, but yet you keep buying more versions in search of the best sounding one. I can definitely say that's the case with several of my most favorite records for sure. You know, I have to imagine that there are a bunch of people out there that have got to have like 10 or 15 copies of Kinda Blue, for example. And I don't have quite that many, but I think I'm up to 6 or 7 or so, maybe, not including my digital copies. And but you know, there's definitely some of my favorite records I have more than that. So how many of you have of your favorite records? So are you doing it less because you're collecting and more about just trying to find that best sounding version? So another reason that you may be an audiophile, if you're always tweaking and trying to upgrade your system to get the most sound quality out of what you have in your system. That one, I'm not as guilty of that one as a lot of audiophiles are, because I know that like the really obsessive audiophiles are going to always be constantly tweaking and upgrading their system, trying to find the best combinations of things that make their system sound that much better. And I mean, number one, I'd rather spend that money right now on music. If I had all the money in the world, yeah, I'd probably be doing that on a pretty regular basis as well, though. But my priority is more on finding my favorite music to listen to. So another reason that you may be an audiophile is you buy a record because of its sound quality and not for the music itself. Now, I can certainly say that I'm somewhat guilty of this, at least initially on some things. Like I'll buy an audiophile release of something that I don't know maybe a lot about, but I've heard great things about it, and I've heard that this particular audiophile release is the best it's ever sounded by far. I'll be gullible and buy that to mainly listen to it, to maybe show off my system a little bit. But, you know, I'm not going to necessarily, there are certainly albums and bands out there that I will not buy that have spectacular sound quality, and when that album gets released again, and again it's considered the best sounding version of it ever, I will not buy. So I'm not entirely guilty of that. So this next one can definitely be controversial for some, and that is the cables in your system cost more than like a box set, a music box set. if you spent more than $100 on a pair of cables, you're likely an audiophile. Some may say gullible, but I'm not going to get into that aspect of it because it's just not something I want to go over in this episode, because I want to try to keep it fun. But so yeah, the cables in your system cost more than an album box set, or just a box set in general. This one was kind of funny. The thought of listening to an MP3 horrifies you. I definitely don't fall into this category. I definitely don't like listening to low quality music or highly compressed audio. When I say compressed, I mean digitally compressed, not dynamically compressed per se, although really badly dynamically compressed music I can't stand either. But if it's a low if it's a low quality MP3, I definitely don't like it. It's one of the reasons why I will basically only but listen to, for example, Sirius XM satellite radio in the car. And I usually only listen to the like talk stations, and I will listen to the music stations, but they are so heavily compressed that it's sometimes hard to listen to. I don't know if I'd go as far as some people in saying that it's unlistenable, or that it just horrifies you to listen to them. But given the preference, I would definitely want to listen to something that is not highly compressed, like an MP3, like a highly compressed MP3 file would be. So I definitely can fall into that category to a certain extent. Don't know if it would horrify me, though. What about you? Another one that is definitely mostly true for me is you have to sit in the sweet spot whenever you listen to music. So I guess the term listen is the key phrase to that, and that's when you want to really sit and listen to the music. I definitely fall into this category. I really want to sit in that sweet spot so I can get that sound stage right, and I get the imaging correct, and all that stuff. And because when you have that stuff and you're sitting in that sweet spot, to me that's really magical, and really gets you involved in the music more and more into the music, at least for me. I'm not sure about how you guys feel, but that is definitely the way I feel about listening to the sweet spot, and wanting to listen in the sweet spot when I'm truly sitting down listening to music, and it's not just kind of a background thing while I do chores or other things like that. So that's all the list I'm going to make for today. I would love for you guys to add to that list. What do you think would make you think that you may be an audiophile that I haven't listed here today? I'd love to hear your take and hear your comments. Please do so in the comments section below. And again, if you liked this, please subscribe to my channel. I love subscribers, and like the video too. That will help a lot also. But that is my short video for this week. I hope you guys are having a great week. Thanks again for watching, especially to the end, like you are right if you're still hearing this. And you have a great rest of the day, and have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon.